What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the 2020 Audi S4, courtesy of Audi Greenville. Definitely check out their website. They have a huge selection of Audis to choose from, so definitely check them out. This vehicle here is finished off in Tango Red Metallic and it has an MSRP just over $61,000. Under the hood of the S4, this is powered by a 3-liter twin-scroll turbocharged V6 engine. It's only paired to Audi's 8-speed Tiptronic automatic transmission. This will produce 349 horsepower at 5,400 RPM and 369 pound-feet of torque as low as 1,300 RPM. All that power is sent to all four wheels, provided by Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive system. It weighs in around 3,800 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 around 4.4 seconds with a top speed of 155 miles an hour, and running off a 15.3 gallon fuel tank, you can expect to see around 20 miles per gallon in the city and 27 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 111.2 inches. Its overall length measures 186.8. It has a width of 72.5, and its height comes in at 55.3 inches. Starting up front on the S4, of course this comes with LED headlights and LED daytime running lights. I really like the pattern on the top section of the housing. When you go to put on your turn signal, the DRL will disappear and it illuminates nicely on the top side there, so it just gives it a really cool look. Right in the middle we have the traditional hexagonal style grille that Audis come with. This particular model has the black optics package, so you will see a lot of gloss black trim running throughout the rest of the vehicle. First up, you'll notice it's around the single frame of the grille, giving it a really nice design. It still retains the chrome Audi logo right up front, along with some hexagonal style cutouts in the grille to help provide cooling to that turbocharged engine. You'll see there's more gloss black trim on the lower bumper here, giving it a really nice contrast against the red. I think it looks really good having all of the black trim. You'll notice there's more black trim off into the sides, along with parking sensors that run throughout the middle section of the front end. There's also some functional cutouts on the sides of the bumper just to help with better airflow. Along with forward-facing sensors, there's one on each side. And then as we make our way up to the hood, there are two distinctive lines on each side of it. They come down nicely to the top section of the grille and the top of the headlights, just giving it a really nice design. Moving to the side, this has a set of 19-inch V-Star spoke design wheels. They are finished off in titanium. They have a really nice design to them. You'll notice behind that we have the black calipers with the S badge. This also has rotors up front that measure 13.8 inches and 13 inches in the rear. This also features a sport adaptive suspension. Moving up behind that, we have the gloss black mirror caps, again a part of the black optics package. This also has power folding side mirrors, and they feature the integrated turn signal as well. Up on top of the roof, we have a sunroof. You'll see more gloss black trim surrounding all of the windows. And then this also has really nice lines running down the side of it. You'll notice down on the lower side skirt, just behind the front tires, there's a nice little contour there, just giving it a really cool look. And finishing up in the rear, this has a trunk lip spoiler, just to give it a little more aggressiveness. This has LED taillights with dynamic turn signals. They have a really nice pattern to them. And then you can see there is more gloss black trim that connects the taillights just underneath the Audi logo. Up underneath that, we have the standard backup camera with all the parking sensors in the middle section here. And then down below, you'll see more gloss black trim along with the black diffuser, and this has a quad tip dual exhaust. With the exterior walk-around now finished, let's go ahead and check out the interior. I really like the size of the S4, as you'll see once we hop inside. The exterior is really nice with all of the gloss black trim, as you saw, but with the vehicle locked and the key in my pocket, all I have to do is place my hand on the door handle and you will hear it automatically unlock. You can see there's really nice materials on the door panel. There's leather and stitching on the armrest. We have Alcantara on the insert behind that. There's carbon Atlas inlays just underneath the brushed aluminum release handle. You have lock and unlock with 2 seat memory adjustments just in front of that. This features a 19-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system. We have the power trunk release along with a little bit of storage space. All of the windows are automatic up and down. You have your side mirror adjustments up underneath as well. Hopefully you can see during the day here. We have the Audi logo, which is very cool. Hopping into the front seats now, you'll notice the black Nappa leather seats have a really nice design to them. You can see the S badge nicely embroidered on the top section there. Beautiful stitching runs down the inserts along with the bolsters. They actually have a good amount of support to them. They feature a multi-way power adjustability, so you can get these dialed into exactly what you're looking for. They have the massaging feature, and the front section of the seat has an adjustability to it as well. You just pull on a handle up underneath and you can easily slide that forwards and backwards. As we make our way to the steering wheel, it's partially wrapped in solid leather and perforated leather as well. The perforated leather is to the sides here, so it gives you a really nice grip. Moving on to the steering wheel controls, off and to the right side, you'll see your Bluetooth and voice commands. You have volume for the radio along with a customizable button. Off and to the left side, we have a lot of controls for the 12.1-inch virtual cockpit. So just by clicking on the view button, right now you can see the navigation in full screen. If I click on that, it will minimize off and to the left side, and you can see your tach and miles per hour right in the center, along with your gear selector. And then just by using on these scrolling dials, I can easily go over to notes. We have the radio to pop up, along with your fuel consumption, and we can scroll down and look at your trip A, trip B, your driver assistance information. If I click on view again, you will see all of that in full screen now, and I can easily scroll through all of that information. To the left of the steering wheel, down below, we have a good sized cubby for anything that you want to store down there. We have the headlight controls along with more of the carbon atlas inlays. You can see one air vent. There's more gloss black trim that surrounds the entire gauge cluster, which is nice to see. And then right in the center, we have a 10.1-inch screen. This is a very easy system to use. It is touch screen, so it's very responsive to the touch. You can see on the home screen here, we have radio, media. We can go into vehicle. You can look at your suspension. You have your parking aids, your lighting and seats. If we go into seats, this is how you control the massaging feature. And then if we go into your Audi Drive Select, that's how you go through the different drive modes. We can go over to navigation. You have some settings that you can go into as well, your general brightness and other information like that. We have the phone and then radio down at the bottom left. So it's very easy to go through. You have a ton of information right there in front of you. Just underneath that, we have two air vents, and then right underneath that, we have the dual zone climate control features for the front passengers. You have the fan speed right in the center along with your other controls. Dials are very easy to use for the temperature. You can sync and unsync these. We have the heated seat controls. Down below, we have a shortcut to your suspension settings. So as I just showed, you can easily get to that. We have the engine start-stop feature as well, along with traction control. You can turn on and off the parking sensors, and then you can turn the screen off if you'd like to, and then just by tapping anywhere on it, it will automatically turn back up. Down below here, we have the engine start-stop button, along with a USB and 12-volt, a little bit of storage space in front of two cup holders, and you can see there's more of the gloss black trim as part of the black optics package. We have a good amount of storage space right in front of the leather wrap shifter. And then by putting the vehicle into reverse, I'll just pull the release on the left side, go all the way up into reverse. You will see the backup camera up here, along with the parking sensors off and to the right. You can also minimize this and just see your parking sensors and then any other information that you need to use, just if you'd like to do that. Going all the way back into drive, we can also pop it over into the manual mode, so you can shift using this or the steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. And then just by clicking on the P, that automatically puts us into park. We have the electronic parking brake just behind that. A physical button for the volume and power for the radio, which is nice to see. Just underneath the leather wrapped armrest, you can already see a little bit of the storage space, and then we can easily open that up. We have a wireless charging port on the front side there, USB port in the back, a little bit of storage off and to the right side. You can slide this forwards and backward for a little bit more comfort. And then as we take a look at the glove box, you definitely have a lot of room for anything that needs to go down there. You can see more of that carbon atlas inlay just above that, along with the air vents that I previously showed. We'll take one last look at these seats. They have a really nice design to them, as I mentioned. And then up top, this does have a sunroof. You have all those controls up in the center here, along with the touch-sensitive dome lights. Jumping into the back seats now, there's definitely plenty of room. I have the front seat set at my height, which is 5'10". I have a couple inches in front of my knees and a couple inches above my head. So I really like how much space there is for 3 people back here. You have some nets behind both front seats for anything that you want to store there. And this does have a 3rd zone climate for the backseat passengers. You can adjust the temperature. You also have 2 USB ports and a 12-volt, so you can charge some devices. Looking at the door panel here, it has the same attention to detail as up front. I really like the materials on it, and you do have a very comfortable armrest for the door, along with having a second armrest. So just by pulling this down, you can easily get a little more comfortable, along with putting a drink. So you have 2 cup holders right in the center, and then a little bit of storage space behind that. And then you can also pull the entire thing down. So this has 40-20-40 split for the rear seats. You can easily put anything through. Now moving on to the trunk storage space, I'm just gonna double tap the button on the key fob and the trunk will automatically open up. This reveals to you about 12 cubic feet of storage space, and then when you fold all the back seats down, obviously that gives you plenty more room for anything that you need to fit back here. So I think it's a very nicely sized trunk for this size vehicle. Off and to the left side, there's a net for anything that you want to place there, along with a little cubby storage spot off and to the right side. There's a hook up top, so if you want to put groceries or any bags that won't slide around, you have the option to do that, along with 4 tie-down hooks, so you can put anything back here and have it nicely secured. Up underneath, we do have a spare tire, so definitely plenty of room. There's 2 grab handles up top as well. We can easily close it up. So getting the S4 out on the road now, I really like how compact this sedan is, but at the same time, you have a good amount of space on the inside. You can go a little bit smaller if you wanted to go to the A3 or S3, but in the S4 or the A4, you have a good amount of legroom for backseat passengers and a little bit more trunk storage space. So if you're looking for that a little bit more, this is definitely a great package. So it's not large at the same time, but it's definitely very nicely laid out on the interior. And just cruising right now, it's been a pretty nice ride so far. I am in dynamic mode and I'm not on the smoothest road right now, so I can definitely feel all of these bumps. With the quick push of a button there, I can easily go into comfort mode and everything gets a little bit lighter. I'm gonna go into dynamic mode because we are coming up to a sharp right-hand turn, so we can test the brakes and the handling. Wow. Virtually no body roll and plenty of power to get out of that turn. That is the first acceleration for today, and brakes do a great job coming to a stop. So while we're at a stop, let's go ahead and put it into dynamic mode or manual mode there. And from first gear, we'll just give it a little bit of gas. Nothing crazy. Wow. I am short shifting. It's a brand new vehicle, of course, but that was up to the speed limit just like that. There are no complaints with the power that you get in the S4. Doing some downshifts here. It sounds pretty good. It's not that loud, but not even half throttle, maybe quarter throttle there. We're back up to the speed limit. This is a very impressive vehicle. If I was looking for a sedan, this is on top of the list as one of my favorites. I just love being in Audis. I've driven pretty much every single Audi there is. I even owned an Audi R8, if you're not familiar with our channel. It just handles so well. If you need a family vehicle, but you still want to have fun, you still want to go out on back mountain roads, this is a very capable and versatile vehicle. As far as putting the kids in the back, you have plenty of trunk storage space, but at the same time, this is a great daily driver. And then you want to pop it into dynamic mode, even take it out on the track if you wanted to do a track day. It's very capable on both ends. So I really like how versatile it is. And being all-wheel drive, that means you can take it in more inclement weather. Shifts are super responsive, both on the downshifts and on the upshifts. As soon as you click that paddle, you are right into the next gear, no questions asked. It's getting a little bit louder, but as far as just driving it now, seating position is really good. I love the steering wheel. I love the perforated leather on both sides. Gives you a little bit more grip, I think, than the solid leather, but it is a nice touch to see the two-tone design there. Very comfortable to drive, coming around these turns. Wow, it's phenomenal. It's a great car to drive. Gets really good gas mileage too, so if this was your daily driver, like I've already mentioned earlier, you get the best of both worlds. Very nice layout on the interior here. I really like the design of the new screen up top here. It's not overly large, if that makes sense. It's a good size for where it is, and it's within easy reach of me, so I can easily go to anything that I want to. Very easy and simple and straightforward to use. Talking about overall visibility for a smaller size sedan like this, it's actually very open and easy to see all around. I really like having that little tiny glass just in the back seats there. It actually gives me a good perspective over my right shoulder, and then I can't really see it as much over my left shoulder, but I can easily see out of that back glass, and then even out of the rear glass over my left shoulder there. So visibility is great. The front windshield has a good rake to it. I can see on both sides of the A-pillars and just in front of the side mirrors. This particular model also has the Premium Plus package, so it's technically the middle trim level. You have one just below this and then one just above this if you want a little bit more features or a little bit less features. So it's nice how you have different options. You can kind of configure this the way that you'd like. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for my walk around review and test drive behind the wheel of the 2020 Audi S4. Once again, huge shout out to Audi Greenville. They have provided this car for me today. Definitely check out their website if you're looking for a brand new Audi. If you enjoyed it, give it a huge thumbs up. If you're not already a subscriber to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below along with the notification bell. That way you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. And I will see you guys in the next video.